It's me, Ashley Keller Williams Real Estate in Everett. So I'm going to do my market update. Woo! Man, it's going to be good. So look, I'm keeping it inside right now. I think all y'all know, man, we've been getting rain like crazy and wind and blah, blah, blah. Man, okay, so let's see. I do want to give a plug for a video that I'm going to do with a lender partner of mine. We're gonna do a quick video on refinance basics. Okay, you know, I've had a couple of friends that have reached out and they've been like, man, should I refi? I don't know. And I'm hoping that this video will help give you some extra information and you know, like really arm you with what you need to know, right? Like you need the education so you can make the right decision for you. Okay, so let's get on with it. Overall, the market was super hot all the way through December. I mean, I think we pretty much called it. Like, you know, I think last month it was sort of clear that it was going to be like not really like backing down. All right, so it was busy. It didn't slow down, and I'm in here in January, and I think all you guys know that all the data is 1 month back. But man, I have no crystal ball. I think that rates are still low. I think we still have super high demand, and I just think this is going to continue on. And man, yeah, it's just going to keep going. So let's just get to the data here. Let's just get to the data. This is the good stuff. Let's get to the data. Hey everybody. All right, so let's we're going to go ahead and start with all of Everett. So I like to kind of take a broad view. So looking at Everett overall, the market was strong this December. I mean, I think it was really clear that COVID-19 really like delayed and prolonged the selling season. You can really see, man, from these numbers, from the new listings, pending sales, and especially the median sale price and days on market. Look at days on market, I think is like, I think it gets maybe not as much credit as it should, right? I mean, you can see that on average houses were on the market for 6 days, less than 1 week before they sold. That is incredible. The median sales price was up $57,000 compared to last year. That is significant. That is significant, especially when you're thinking like, the price is like $420. That's really significant. All right, on to the next. Okay, so now we're going to kind of zoom in and look at North Everett. This is like kind of like, the bread and butter place. So the numbers, to me, like just kind of looking at these graphs and looking at the numbers, they look a lot like kind of like the post-holiday months, right? You usually see like a kind of a spike in new listings pending. You get more homes for sale. And you can see that here, many more new listings and pending properties. We also know that this sold graph is, I think, a little bit deceiving because it's kind of lagging, right? So what this represents is the things that went pending in the previous month. So, it's sort of just, last year was a little bit funny and weird in the fall time. So it's kind of lagging. I suspect that next month we'll see like a pretty big spike for sold properties. And yeah, still very low days on market. I mean, look at that. I mean, it went from like nearly a month last year to less than 15 days, less than 2 weeks. So man, I mean, the market sure did really pick up. And then of course, month supply is like, I believe it's like 0.5 of a month, which is 2 weeks. And just to get you up to speed, what that means is that if we stopped putting inventory on the market today, what is on the market would be gone in 2 weeks. And, just to remind you, a balanced market is usually 4 to 6 months. Okay, so we have 2 weeks. Balanced market is 4 to 6 months. Like I've had many people kind of ask me like, well, when are prices going to go down and all that stuff? Well, this month's supply is going to have to change quite a bit. Just the basic principles of supply and demand. Like we'd have to have quite a bit more inventory, a lot more. here we are, we're looking at median sale prices, and you know, it's not maybe as dramatic as it was last month, but you know, 21.6% increase in 1 year, you know, kind of comparing December 2019 to December 2020 is, you know, it's nothing to balk at. And that means that, you know, we're up from 370 to 450, and the year to date price increase was about 11.2%. So still double digits. I mean, that's nice. That's nice for anybody who owned a home previous to 2020, right? Like if you had bought your house in 2018 or 2017, maybe you're in a position now to kind of switch up, move up houses if you'd like. Okay, so I love this graph. It kind of allows you to sort of see trends over time. We have almost 2 years of data. You can see here we start on February 19th and go all the way to December 2020. And I did put a trend line, and you can see that there is just an overall trend of increasing median prices. And I suspect, you know, as I kind of said a few months ago, I suspect we're going to hit a point where, I mean, I think you're going to have probably 450. You know, I said maybe last month, here, I'll look at this next graph. I said maybe last month that we'd kind of be around this 400, you know, just to kind of play in Everett. But, you know, seeing a couple of the last, you know, pending sales up here, like recent ones here in January, I just think we're almost at the point where if you're not working with like at least 400,000, you're going to be, I mean, you're just going to be outbid. You know, I'm not like a super like, hey, the sky is falling person. Okay. But I feel that I would be doing a disservice to the people that just bid. There was a house here in North Everett on Virginia. It was listed at 350. They ended up with 19 offers, 19. So I'd be doing a disservice to those nearly 20 people that bid on that property and not say to you, look, you're going to need to have more than 400,000 to get a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house. Plain and simple. There have already been a couple of other properties that have pinned it up here in North Everett, 2-bedroom, 1-bath, that were listed at 400,000, and that's what they go for now. You know, stay with me here because I'm going to get to the 3-bed, 2-bath, which is like one of the most popular things that is requested. Like, so when a buyer contacts me, like more often than not, that's what they're looking for. But I think this is something really important to pay attention to because, you know, you can see that, you know, back in February, you know, almost 2 years ago now, you know, you could have got a house for 350 in Everett. You know, you could come to the Everett market with like a $325,000 budget and buy something. If you have a $325,000 budget now, I mean, you're probably not buying a house up in North Everett, and you're probably not going to really buy a house all the way up to Canada because the market's just increased so much in that time. So, I mean, this is, I think, what we're dealing with. You know, if you're thinking, oh, I want to wait 6 months or whatever, and we think prices are going to go up by 10%. I mean, geez Louise, like right now we're around 450. Gosh, you know, in 6 months, we're going to be at like 475. Okay, 475. All right, on to one of my favorite graphs. This really gives you a sense of what to expect, right? This is the percent of the asking price received. And you can see that, you know, looking just at 2020, we've got 2 years of data here, but if you look at 2020, so here's January 2020, I mean, you can see that there was just a teeny blip, okay? There was a tiny blip there, but, you know, due to COVID, but it quickly rebounded. I mean, we're pretty much, you know, if you put your house on the market, you were going to receive on average, you know, somewhere between 2 and 4% over asking. And, you know, here's the thing, that's the average number. The range on this is some of the ranges are really high. Like they could be like 17% over asking. It just really depends on how the how the property was priced. Okay. So, you know, of course, you know, this month on average, sellers received 3% over asking, and that equates to about $13,500 more. We ended the year really strong. I think you can see that, you know, compared to what we usually have, you know, we usually have this kind of like fall time decline. You know, you can kind of see like in like sort of September, October, we kind of get like a little dip. And you can see that last December, we were at like 97.2% of asking price, you know, all the way to 3. So that's a huge increase. And I suspect that this trend will just continue, right? Like I think this like sort of like around 3, 4, 5% over asking is going to continue for the next few months. Okay. Yep, here it is. You can see that real clear. There goes the 97.2 and then the 3%. Okay, so here we go. This is my last graph. So I'm going to start tracking this because I like frequently, more often than not, people contact me. They're like, hey, I'm looking for a 3-bed, 2-bath house. I mean, you know, certainly 2-bed, 1-bath houses sell, but, you know, most people want like, you know, a bedroom as an office, want a bedroom as a guest space, they want the extra space. And then of course, nobody these days really wants just one bathroom. They don't just want one toilet. So I'm going to start just tracking this. And I think that the thing to keep in mind is that these houses are rare, and we're gonna look at it. So let me orient you. So you have the green bars here, which represent the number of new listings in each of the months of 2020, and then we have this red line up top, which represents the median sale price. And you know, if you follow this along, you can see that in December there were 2 new listings that came out that were 3-bed, 2-bath. And the median sale price on these bad boys is nearly $500,000, believe it or not. Okay. And so I just think the thing to keep in mind is that the number of opportunities to get one of these is really slim. It's just really, really slim. Basically, for the whole entire year of 2020, there were 54 3-bed, 2-bath homes available. And a 2-bath, I was also counting 1 3/4, so it could just be a shower. And yeah. And that's what it looks like. You know, if you want something else, like, you know, this is going to kind of vary depending on where exactly the house is. You know, there are definitely 3-bed, 2-baths that will trade for more than the median of 450, but you know, that's kind of the story. So I think if you're one of the folks that's looking for a 3-bed, 2-bath, I mean, I would really be prepared to have about $500,000 to come into North Everett, and you know, kind of figure you're going to have to be, you know, going over asking some percentage. I mean, at least 3%, at least, you know, according to the data, I would go over 3% on that. All right. So that concludes my slides. I hope you enjoyed them. Maybe you're asking yourself right now, when will it end? I don't know, you know, like I get that question all the time. I think people frequently ask me, they're like, oh, okay, well, you know, are we going to start seeing foreclosures hit the market? You know, Boeing made some changes up here in Everett. Like, when are we going to start seeing those houses come on the market? Well, look, here's the problem. Like, yes, Boeing changed what they're doing. Yes, we might get foreclosures, but the gap, like, you know, the demand for housing is so huge right now, right? Like, you know, we sort of hit on this. Like, we've got 2 weeks of inventory up here, okay? To get to a balanced market to where you would even have some like strong negotiating leverage, right? We're like, how much are we under? You know, like we would have to have hundreds of houses, hundreds probably of extra homes, right? You know, like right now we sell like maybe 300 or 400 houses. So it would maybe be 2 pieces, right? We would have an increase in the number of houses that come on, and we'd also have less people that want to buy houses, right? So we'd have more supply come on, you know, maybe it doesn't need to be that much more supply, but a lot of demand would fall away. And I just don't see that happening. Okay. I just don't see that happening. You know, nobody has a crystal ball. Everybody's being super optimistic about what the market's going to be like in this next year. You know, Zillow is projecting 11.8% increase this year in North Everett. So probably that's going to happen. I suspect that if everything goes smoothly with the vaccine and we have some good economic recovery, what's going to kind of put some pressure and maybe put the brakes on things a little bit is if interest rates start to creep up. Okay. So once interest rates start going up, right, what ends up happening is you have diminished affordability right now. You know, so basically, because at this point rates are so low, right, people can afford to buy more. And so that's doing two things. It's letting more people into the market. And then people are like, you know, readjusting their price range and buying more expensive houses. And because of that, then you're getting multiple offers, you're getting properties bid up. And so, you know, we may reach like an affordability ceiling, if you will. And, you know, there might become a point where it's like, oh, okay, people just can't buy anymore. But yeah, I just don't think so. I think the more likely thing is there's just going to be people that had wanted to buy that are just going to be basically priced out of the market up here. And that's already happening, right? Like there are people that want to buy. They have a budget of like 200,000. You know, you're not going to get like a 2-bedroom house up here for 200,000. I mean, I think you would barely get a condo. Okay. So, I think that's definitely going to happen. I think that if you're thinking, hey, when's it really going to slow down? I mean, maybe in fall. I think we're going to kind of like hold strong all through the winter. And then we're going to go right into spring season and we're going to have an uptick in inventory. We're going to have more people out. We're going to have people readjusting school schedules, right? You know, depending on what happens with the vaccine, you know, we're going to have our normal spring surge, you know, barring anything catastrophic. That's going to happen. And, you know, we're going to have a high market probably until August, September. And if rates remain low, and everybody's still quarantined, you know, maybe it'll just hold strong all the way till next year. Okay. It could hold strong all the way to next year. So I think, if you're waiting for prices to drop, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. And look, you might be waiting a while. Like some of the like leading real estate experts in the nation are basically saying 15 years before inventory catches up. Like, you know, like the problem is not just, hey, we've got low inventory here. Everybody loves living in Everett. Okay. You know, it's really affordable. Like that's not the only problem. The real problem is that we're very underbuilt for the amount of people that want to own homes. We're very underbuilt. We don't have enough new construction happening. And so, you know, for that new construction to catch up with demand, and for the people that are living in their homes that are just kind of like aging in their homes and not ever trading out of them, you know, to create more entry-level inventory. Yeah. And they're not even building entry-level. Think about that. They're not building entry-level properties right now, right? They're building more like trade up, kind of like luxury properties. There's not really anyone building houses that are like 300,000. Nope. Those houses aren't happening. So I think you'll be waiting a while. So yeah, I mean, I think you should take advantage of it. I think if you're considering a move and, you know, I would take advantage of the low rate. I think if you're thinking about making a move and you need to just right size, whether it's go up or go down, I think that you should take advantage of this interest rate. I don't think we're going to see rates like they are lower than basically they've ever been. So, yeah, and I'll leave a link. I'll leave a link below to the rate calculator, so you can go all the way back into history and sort of see where rates have been. I mean, they are the lowest they have ever been. So I would just take advantage of that, and I would really be thinking more about, you know, does the house I'm living in right now allow me to live the lifestyle I want to live? Okay, you know, do you feel good in your home? Do you feel like, hey, this is the place I want to be? All right. And I mean, I think if the answer is no, you should just take the steps and make it happen. Take the steps and make it happen. All right. Just a reminder, I will be doing a refi basics video. It's coming soon. I'm trying to think. I was gonna say we probably do it live, but I don't think we will. It will be recorded, and I'll post it up here. And I think it'll go out next week. So I hope that it's just dope. Okay, if you have any questions about refis, either email them to me or drop them in the comments below. If you have any questions about the market, yeah, comment. Like, I'd love to hear what your questions are. You know, if I'm not hitting the questions that you have, answering the questions you have in your head, then yeah, put them down below. Anyway, thanks so much for watching my video. See you again soon, YouTube.